Hello everyone. Today I will explain how we are going to integrate Spring Boot logs with Kibana. Maybe not only the Spring Boot logs, any application log that we can integrate with the Kibana. So for that we need to understand about the ELK. So I hope you guys know about this ELK. If not, don't worry, I will explain everything in this tutorial. So ELK stands for Elasticsearch, L means Logstash and K for the Kibana. So Elasticsearch is actually NoSQL database that is based on the Lucene search engine. Logstash is a log pipeline tool that accepts input from various sources, execute different transformation and export the data in various targets. It is actually dynamic data collection pipeline with an extensible plugins ecosystem. And the last one is the Kibana. So Kibana actually is a visualization UI tool actually basically. So whatever the log we are getting from the any kind of the log file, that actually we are going to display somewhere, so that from there we can easily understand. So Kibana is a tool actually that actually displays all the logs. Okay, and with that also they will create some kind of the graphical tools, so that it will be easily understood, like if it's error kind of thing, any kind of the warning, memory issues or something, that can easily visualize from the Kibana. So we are going to integrate this ELK actually to any backend applications to achieve the centralized log. So we can use this ELK to analyze the logs more efficiently and also using more complex search scenarios. It provides log aggregations, efficient searching and many more. So here actually I'm going to demonstrate how we are going to integrate this ELK1 with the Spring Boot applications to collect, process and store and view the logs. So let's talk one of debugging one of the actually real scenarios actually. Suppose if we have one applications and that application actually we have deployed in a multiple server, right. So maybe let's talk about we are we have developed an applications and we are deployed in a multiple in a server, and each server having the multiple instances. So let's take one example. We are having a 2 server and each server having a 4 instances. So that means log file can be generated for each of the instances. So means here if we are having 2 server and each server having the 4 instance, to total 8 log file be over there. Now suppose in applications, in a real-time scenarios, in a productions, maybe obviously there is a situation that some error or maybe exceptions can occur. So now suppose if you are going to debug this particular exception, that from where it is coming or what is the root cause of this one, so it's very difficult to find out the logs, right? Because in from which instance we are going to do find the logs. So basically we are going to search from each and every instances, and then accordingly we need to find out this particular logs. So like it's a very tedious and the complex, as well as it's a time consuming task, right? So suppose if we are going to integrate all the logs into a single place, so from this single place we can easily get all the logs in a single server, so that we can easily search the logs from this single place, right? Means what do we need to do? We need to collect all the logs from each instance or maybe each server into a single place, so that it will be easy for everyone, like from the single place we can easily get those data. So that's actually we are going to demonstrate over here. So now if we are going to check this architecture of the ELK, like Elasticsearch, Logstash and the Kibana. So this is the kind of architecture of this ELK. So first of all we need one application. That application you guys it can be developed in any tool actually. So for me actually I have created one project with the Spring Boot applications, and then actually is basically connecting with the log test. Log test basically picking those log. Here actually need to give the path, like in which file actually are going to store this particular log. So here actually we are going to like mapping all those path for the log file. Then it's actually basically send this log to this Elasticsearch, and then from the here it will go over here in the Kibana. So from here actually we can visualize the log. So this is like overall like the architecture of this one. So for this I will just create just one simple REST endpoint. So only purpose is to like for creating this Spring Boot application, just to it's generate the logs while we are calling those APIs, and we can get those logs so that we can display something into the UI Kibana visualizer, right? So that it will be visualize, if we get something to visualize, so that it will be easy to understand. And for logging perspective, I'm going to use the SLF4J for logging, and also provide the path into the logback XML file, so that we can provide the path in the logstash config file, right? So we are going to create another logback file for this inside of the resource folder. Whenever I going to create this project, then I will explain like in where I are going to create this logback file. And also we are going to include some kind of the log pattern, like in which pattern we are going to pin this particular log, like date, time, and then what kind of the log it is, like it's a maybe info kind of thing, or maybe it's a error, or maybe it's a debug kind of things. So you guys can also change the XML as per your need actually. Okay, so accordingly you guys can also change all the things. So I currently means I will whatever the demonstration I'm going to give over here. So for that I am just only enabling the info kind of log only. Okay, now like actually once we are going to means ready with this application, actually whatever the applications we are going to build, so then we are going to actually download all this software like Logstash, Elasticsearch and Kibana. So let's see like from where and how we are going to from where we are going to download this kind of tools, and how we are going to start this one. So here I am trying to like collect all those informations, like for downloading this ELK stacks from this link, like for the elastics we are going to use this link. I will put those links and this informations in the descriptions sections for this video. For Logstash we are going to download from over here, and from the Kibana we are going to use from here. So as I'm going to use the latest one, whatever the latest tool is available in the online, that I'm going to download over here, and then accordingly we are going to install those things. So once we are going to download all the things, then it will give us download as a zip file, and accordingly we need to extract them in a separate folder, so that it will not like combine to each other. So that we need to are going to extract those things, and to all once the extraction is done, then we are going to little bit of configurations we need to do, that I am going to show you over here, don't worry. So that means we just little bit of modifications we need to do, so that we can in our local machines we need to set up these things, in maybe production you guys can also set up those things, there is no issues. And accordingly we are after this, once the setup is going to done complete, then accordingly we are going to start those things actually in our local, and so that we can visualize those logs whatever the is generated from the applications. So let's create the project first, and then accordingly we are going to download those softwares from these sites whatever I mentioned over here, and then actually we can start all the applications, and let's see how it will be look like in the real applications. Let's create the projects, and let's start those things manually. Now actually we are going to download all these tools into our local machine, so that we can actually based means do some minimum configuration changes, and accordingly we need to start those things, right? So for downloading, as I was mentioning in the like earlier, so they are actually all the like these are the URLs actually. From here we are going to download all those things like Elasticsearch, Kibana and the Logstash. So easily based on the first, actually you need to choose this like flash from what kind of platform it is, like Windows or Mac, Linux, whatever it is. So based on the once platform choosing is done, then here actually you need to download easily. So it will be downloaded as a zip, same information, same like step we need to follow for this one also, and same for follows this one also. So once actually we are download all this means all these tools, then like it will be downloaded over here. So I've kept all this informations or all these tools over here. So it was initially downloaded using as a zip, then I've extracted all those things over here, and then it will be look like something this. Then once actually we have downloaded all the things, then we need to actually start one by one. So for the actually Elasticsearch, we need to go over here in the bin, and then from over here actually we need to open the CMD. Then here we need to run elasticsearch.bat. As you can see over here, this is a bat file. So this particular bat file actually we need to run. So once we run this, so it will take some time, and then it will be start actually. Okay, so let's start this one. So once actually it will be start, then it will be start in a 9200 port. So we can also check for checking from the browser, we can check like this particular URL is working fine or not. So once this will be start, then we can check it means based on this URL we are going to expect some responses. If we get this expected response, that means we can say the Elasticsearch is like start successfully. So it will take some time, so let's wait for it. Once it will start, then we are going to check those things. Okay, as you can see over here, is to actually load all the modules, and it will started actually. It is started now. Like we can check like this 9200 port is open or not. It's actually still not started. It's still starting. It will take some time. This is the address. Looks like it's started now. Now from the browser you can check this particular Elasticsearch is open or not. So Elasticsearch actually the short in a short form we can see yes, it's started in the 9200. So let's try to run this one. Yes, so we are getting this response, right? So that means this Elasticsearch is open. Now what we are going to check, we need to check the Kibana. So Kibana actually also means Kibana actually we need to, it will check the data from the Elasticsearch cluster. So find the means in a YML file, means Kibana YML file, we need to check one thing. So I've already opened this one, kibana.yml. So you can see here all the configurations over here. So here actually it's talking with this host. So these are the default actually already over here. So we don't need to change anything over here. Means we are just keeping as is. So what we are going to do next, actually we are going to start the Kibana. So let's go to the Kibana and in a bin. So you can see the kibana.bat file is there. So we are just going to run this one. So I will also mention all the comments related to starting all the things, so that you guys can understand like how we are going to start all the things. So we just need to run this one. It will take little bit of time to start with, so we need to wait for some time. Once it will started, then we will check for the Logstash. It's look like it's started. So actually Kibana is started in port localhost 5601. So once the installation is done, so you can check from this portal like how it will be look like. So 5601, if we check, yeah, it started. So this is the Kibana actually. So this will take time, but it will started. Next what we are gonna do, we need to start. So as you can see, so this is actually started, right? Okay, so next actually we are going to start the Logstash. So how we are going to Logstash start? So before we are going to start this Logstash, what we need to do, we need to like do some kind of the configuration change, because Logstash basically is connect with the Elasticsearch and Kibana. So that's why we need to give those information over here. So here actually this configurations is here. So that actually here actually we need to add something. So if you just in the path, so here actually we need to input section, there is another is the output section. So input is basically here we need to give the path of the whatever the log files we are having actually, and start positions from the beginning, and the output sections, in the output section actually we need to give the path for the Elasticsearch port. Okay, like this is the port of the Elasticsearch, this is the path. So from here actually Elasticsearch will connecting, and this codec actually this is the formatting the log. So like how we are going to format this one, so codec is available different types of format, so you can provide the different types of things over here. And as we can see, we are discussing this input is basically uh, where we are going to get the logs, so that actually information so we need to given over here. And for the output, where do we need to send the logs, should we from the Elasticsearch, so that's why we are going to provide this information over here. So this information we are providing over here. After that actually we are going to start this Logstash. Okay, so here over here we need to open the CMD, and we need to provide this command for starting this one. This is the bat file and this is the configurations file we need to provide. So it will take little bit of time for this. So once it will start actually, then it will means read the logs from the applications, whatever the path we are provide over there. So those information is going to read over there, and accordingly it will display into the Kibana. So once it will start actually, next what we are going to do, we are going to work on the Spring Boot applications. So meantime, as it is taking little bit of time, so we can reuse this time frame. So what we are going to do, I have already actually created one Spring Boot application. So this is related to how we are going to upload the files into the file systems or into the database. So for that I have created this project. So here actually I'm going to integrate this log so that you can use this project structure. So for that we are having this controller actually basically. So this particular API I'm going to use for demonstrating this one. So as you can see, I've used this SLF4J log. You can see over here. So this is SLF4J log. So this is basically taking one input file. So here we have putted one log entered into this methods, and once it is completed, like we are getting the response, then completed this method with the response, that is printing. Okay, and in the rest is the service layer. In the service layer actually you are just logging these informations, like this file uploaded successfully into the database with this ID. These three informations we are going to provide over here, and also this is we are not printing, this is just kind of response we are sending. So this particular response we are printing over here. So this pretty much actually are going to information, so log kind of we are provide over here. And one more things, in the resource file we need to create this logback file. What it will contain over here, the pattern of the logs, like whatever the log will be printed in the consoles or in the applications file actually. So how it will be printing, what will be the format of this log. So it will be with date and then timestamp, and here actually you need to provide the path. So as you can see, it is the logs, then it will be the file. So this is the way actually it will be means add those logs into the applications file. So this is overall things of this Spring Boot project. I'm not going into too much detail of this one, like how we are created this project, what is the more functionalities, how it will be, how we are going to inserting those images into our files into the database or maybe file system. So for those I've already created one tutorial for this one. I'll put the links into the description so that you guys can follow this one. But meantime we are just focusing on this logging kind of things, so how we are going to put more logs and how we are going to analyze those logs into the Kibana. Okay, so let's check like this logstash is started or not. So logstash is also started. Next, okay, so you can see this is a path is actually it's uh, is restore the connection with the Elasticsearch. This is done, and also it's like as you can see it's also taken the path for uh, loading the log file. Okay, next, okay, so these are done now. Next, actually you can see this log file is currently empty, so we need to start this application so that it will print some logs over here. Okay, let's start this application so that we need to check the logs. Okay, once it will started, then initially it will put like pin all the logs into the console file. As you can see, the logs are actually printed over here, and these are the format that we have mentioned over here. In the logs, as you can see, this actually log file is like actually read the logs over there. The pretty format is not actually over here, so that's why you are guys getting this log with something like this. If we use the defined kind of the codec, then it will print it in a pretty manner. Okay, so the log is also printed over here. Next, what we are going to do, we are going to like try to hit this controller so that it will we are going to get this log. Okay, so for that we need to hit this API, trying to hit this API, and then it will give us some response. Like we are expecting some 200 response code. It is taking little bit of time. You can see the logs are over here. Like this completed this method with response file uploaded successfully, and these are the response. Okay, so these all logs are printing over here, and in the over here also you can see this is the ID1. Okay, so this log actually are expecting this kind of logs. This is also getting 200, so that means this is done now. Now we need to check the Kibana. Okay, now we need to, if we need to refresh this one. Okay, you can see these are the response. I need to like expand this one. This is the path. This completed upload method with response file update successfully. We can from over here we can like check the data into more details. Like this is the response. This is the response, right? These are the response, and we can close this one. And also like if we only want to see this particular message, that also you can do this over here in the search. Actually over here you can just only need to search the message. We need to add this as a filter, so it will only like add the only the message. As you can see, this previously it was showing more logs, but now only the message. This is successfully this data one. That means whatever the log we have seen in the console, all the logs it showing over here, right? So this is the things actually, these all the things in the Kibana we are getting. So if we are like provide more path, so it will print all the logs. So for that like over here we need to that index actually Kibana dashboard mean initially this demo kind of data already I have created, so that's where you are getting this one. You can create your own data view like from here, like create the data view. So you need to provide the pattern over here, like as I mentioned over here. So this is the applications index, so that's why it's getting the logs from this one. And here you need to provide this provide the index pattern. You can provide anything for it under this template name. Once you are saving the data, then it will show the logs in the discovery section. So this is a kind of the discovery sections, and all the things related to the logs it will printed over here. You will get all the logs over here, so you can easily like as you can see we can easily like get the logs over here from the APM. If you click over here, so from the APMs here you guys can, if it throws some kind of exceptions, so here also you can add all those things. Means we need to integrate something over here, then accordingly we can get all the error logs over here. Next, we need to go into the discovery section. So from the discovery you can see like how many hits over here, 12 hits, and then it will count of records, all the things over here. So now so this is kind of small descriptions about how we are going to integrate the logs from the applications logs into the Kibana. So let's summarize actually. Now what the steps we are following. So initially actually we need to download the ELK from the respective the path, whatever the download. I will provide all those informations into the description sections, all the links. So from the respective link we need to download the Kibana, Logstash and the Elasticsearch. Then we need to like start the Elasticsearch, Kibana and the Logstash. So before starting we need to do minimal kind of configuration related changes. Once the configuration related changes are done, then we can start those things in our local machines. Accordingly it will start the different ports like 9200, 5601, 5400. Those path actually it will be started, and in the log stash we need to provide the log path so that it will be fetch the logs from the this path, and it will display into the Kibana actually. And then we need to create whatever the applications you need to create, that we need to create. So for me it's a Spring Boot applications I have created, and accordingly like we need to put some logs over here, maybe using the select4j, log4j, and whatever it is. So based on that it will print those log into console as well as the applications log file, and then it will be like read the logs and then it will print the Kibana. So this is the overall summarizations of this one. So if you guys have any things or any doubt till now, so please do let me know in the comment sections. Okay, and thanks for watching. So that's all about this tutorial. Definitely I'll try to uh, provide some more informations, some another topic in my next videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.